Okay, now it's time for PeterCaughey. Peter, you've had a big season. Some of it's not been so good. I've talked to everybody today about you having to pick up another boat because I think you broke the crankshaft in the original. How does this one perform compared to the #1 engine?
Well, in the situation we're in with, broken motor and it's a long-term fix, unfortunately sort of 16 to 18 weeks to get another crankshaft for the 570. So any boat's a good boat, and but Brent White was generous enough to do us a deal with the Red Rocket, and it's an 8-year-old boat, but it's got a 600 cube big block in it, so it's quite a bit heavier than our current boat, but it's still a sprint tech. We built her up 8 years ago, and we gave a bit of a birthday recently, so a bit of a tidy up underneath, and we've done a wee bit of work on the jet and bits and pieces, so we're sneaking up on it. Yeah, the water conditions today quite dirty. The water's very buoyant, and you're getting quite a lot of lift, and some of that may be the water conditions, as I mentioned, but also, different boat. So it's a Mark 1 sprint tech, not a Mark 2 that we're used to racing nowadays. So we're just fine-tuning it now and making a few changes, lengthening the fins and playing around with the keel and trim angle with a nozzle and all those things we do, and see if we can get a better lap time out of it.
Your lap time's not too bad in that last round. You feel pretty happy that you must be on the right track?
Probably, if I was really honest, I'm surprised that we're sitting in second place at the moment. I don't feel I'm using as much, performance as it's got. I'm more focused on that, actually, as if I had to go into a final on the next lap, what would I be doing, to the boat to be able to really drive it hard, and I haven't quite got it there yet. So we'll keep making changes. The team have been working real hard. We've got the little Turbo Extreme single-seater going today, so yeah, it's pretty busy around here.
You've preluded what I wanted to talk to you about next. That single-seater is I was going to say novelty, but it's not. It's a new design, and it's what you're really hoping will come through to the fore.
Yeah, exactly. And no, I'd agree. Initially on the outside it does look like a bit of a novelty, and a week ago we got some really good fuel mapping and that done, and Mike from Turbo Shop Dunedin came up and sorted it out for us, and so yeah, it's going actually. When it gets full boost, you hold on. There's white knuckles, white eyes.
Yeah, I talked to Paul Gaston about that boost button that's on that, and I said, do you want us to put bigger writing on it so you know where it is? Because that boost button, what are we expecting that to give the driver?
We're still working with that, and it's actually not active today. So, but the intention is that the drivers will be able to select when they use it, and it may be active for maybe 3 or 4 seconds in an entire run. They can choose when they use it, but it'll only go for 3 or 4 seconds, and it'll give them maybe another 2 pound of boost, which in this case is probably another 50 horsepower. So we'll have a light that comes on, so the spectators, the television audience, can see when the driver has chosen to use his boost button, or whether he uses it several times in a run. So it should be quite exciting. A really cool wee boat to drive, and Dave that works with me, he took it for a drive, and yeah, he loved it. You just settle in, and it's very natural actually. Once you get used to the fact you're sitting right in the middle of the boat.
Yeah, I was going to ask if it feels a little bit like sitting on a knife edge, being in the middle of the boat. The motor's in the middle of the boat too, being a 6-cylinder, and so a very tight package.
Yeah, it is, and trying to fit, normally you've got the driver navigator sitting either side of your motor broadly. In this case, everything's right on that centre line, so it does make it a little bit harder to fit a straight 6 in, but it's not a biggie. It actually gives it a natural balance, and the boat sits nice, and you can actually get the driver's centre of gravity down a little bit lower as well. That's probably the biggest difference, is you actually feel the pivot point is somewhere around maybe your navel, whereas normally in a 2-seater sprint boat it's down pretty much at the base of your bum. So instead of just sort of rocking into the corner or going high side when you go turn right for a driver in a 2-seater, well, this thing you're neutral. It's very balanced in that regard. So yeah, you get really good visibility, obviously, same amount of boat one side to the other, but the idea is just to have a really controlled class where they all have the same fuel, same boat, same jet unit, same turbo, same intercooler. They can choose whether they use a Nissan or a Toyota motor, straight 6. So you're very controlled. Come down to the drivers, setting their boat up well and driving it really well.
Yeah, I think it's a good look and a good fit. Paul Gaston certainly looked like he made it go quite well out there without a boost button. I was going to give him some stick on the microphone and tell him to hurry up and use it, but the fact that he can't use it's a little bit of a negative for me today, because I'd like to see him use it and see if he can control it.
Mate, if you had a look at the throttle trace, I can assure you there's a lot of performance left in there, and by Paul's own admission. So yeah, no, look, it makes about 750 horsepower at the moment, 700 foot-pounds of torque, and we've wound it back, so it's only running 14-15 pounder boost, so it's got performance for Africa. There's plenty of power in there, but we just wanted it to be nice and stable, and let Paul settle into it and see how the boat looks on the water. And it's all new, to us, so we're just sneaking up on it. There's plenty of power there though.
Good stuff. We hope to see it around, and we hope to see you on the podium later in the day. Good luck, Peter Coghey.